Every week on AFTV Picks, we give away £1,000. And all you've got to do is enter our free-to-play competition and go head-to-head with me, win it, and this could be yours. Get involved right now, click the link in the description, and you can play, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is be over 18 and have some decent football knowledge. So what are you waiting for? Get involved now and you can win yourself £1,000. Hi and welcome along to AFTV. This is an AFTV Transfer Daily Extra because Arsenal have just made a signing. Their actually the second signing of the transfer window, because we did sign the youngster Rekic earlier on in the window. But this is a big signing. We needed a goalkeeper and we have signed a goalkeeper. Matt Ryan has joined Arsenal from Brighton on loan from now till the end of the season. And wow, this one has come completely out of the blue. To talk about it, I've got my good guy James here, Mr. Statman, as some people have been calling him, the Stat King, right? But James, this came completely out of the blue. We did Transfer Daily this morning. We were speaking about the links to Martin Odegaard and the fact that that's looking very promising. Like that's a deal that's going to get done. We finished the show, and in the show I was talking about Freddie Woodman as well. The fact that we've been linked heavily to Freddie Woodman, and the fact that who's going to play in goal in the FA Cup game against Southampton on Saturday, and then bang, out of the blue, Matt Ryan has signed for Arsenal. Incredible, isn't it?
Oh, man, what a weird morning. We're not used to this. And it's such a random day for it to happen. The day before a pretty important cup tie. There's still quite a few days left of the window, maybe a good week, I think. So, yeah, I absolutely know where this has happened. I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted with this. This is a Premier League proven keeper. We'll go into some of his stats in a bit, but this is a really shrewd bit of business from Arsenal. I'm really impressed.
This is a really shrewd bit of business, and I reckon you're saying it's a strange time to sign him. I'm actually thinking he's going to play in the game against Southampton tomorrow, and that's why they've signed him, so that they can give Leno a rest until that game against Southampton on Tuesday. But it was interesting to read on Arsenal's website, Edu, who was talking about Matt Ryan. He says, Matt, these are his quotes. He says, Matt is an experienced goalkeeper, proven talent in the Premier League, and has also played many internationals for Australia. Matt will further strengthen our squad with his experience and knowledge of playing at the highest level. Following Matt Macy's recent move to Hibernian, Matt will provide very good competition and positive support to all our goalkeepers, and we are looking forward to him integrating quickly into the setup here at Arsenal. Mikel Arteta was also speaking about Matt Ryan. He goes, we know Matt very well through his performances with Brighton in recent seasons. He brings additional quality to our squad. Matt has a very good Premier League experience and has played over 100 times in the league, which is something that will benefit us greatly on and off the pitch. We welcome Matt to Arsenal and we look forward to working with him this season. So very, very positive there about Matt Ryan from both of them. And as they both said there, a very experienced Premier League ready goalkeeper. I note that they said there he'll bring a lot of experience and he'll be able to add competition to the goalkeepers, they said. They didn't just say Leno. So obviously they're trying to not just push Runnison away. But when I look on this, Matt Ryan will be the number 2 from now till the end of the season. But as an experienced goalkeeper as he is, he'll be able to help Runnison develop as well behind the scenes. So it's a great appointment, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I remember us saying on a show not too long ago that we want to bring players to the club who want to be here, who care about playing for Arsenal. Now, I know there's only so much impact you can have as a backup goalkeeper, but the point is it's getting rid of the players who don't want to be there and adding players of... what did he say in his quotes when he signed? That it was his boyhood club. He got up at 4 a.m. when he was living in Australia to watch Arsenal play in the Champions League. And that's what we want to surround the dressing room with. So, yes, of course, there's a limit to the amount of impact he can have. But also don't underestimate what he can do as well, even from behind the scenes. And when he comes in, it just alleviates that worry, doesn't it? What if Leno gets injured? What if, because we've got someone who's got plenty of experience to step in. Should we have a little look at his stats?
Let's have a look at him.
Let's do it. So let's start with the player profile. I do this all the time, guys. Nothing you guys don't really know anyway, but 28 years old. It's a really good age. He's still, he's in his best years of football, really. 6 foot, he's right-footed. Obviously, he's a goalkeeper, but he's made 121 Premier League appearances, which is,
that's incredible for a 28-year-old goalkeeper.
It really is, isn't it? He's done really, really well. Transfer marked value him at about £7 million. But he's a very decent keeper. And I think, obviously, there's been issues at Brighton. He's not been playing as much. But let's have a little look at him in a bit more detail. Now, to the left, I've got his Premier League stats. It's hard to, let's say, analyze them because you're sort of thinking, how do they rank compared to others? But, the good news is he's conceded less goals than he's. I was about to say he's conceded less goals than he's played games, but that's not true. Of course, he was playing for Brighton, which is, they've struggled. I don't think they've ever finished.
Keeps you busy playing for Brighton.
It absolutely does. 2 errors leading to goals. It's a good thing that he's not particularly error prone. Saved a few penalties. We know that goalkeepers at Arsenal tend to struggle with that. And the thing I've sort of looked at here is his pass completion rate when he's playing regularly in the 1920 season. You can see in the bottom there, a 79% pass completion rate, which is decent. That is something that we look for in our goalkeepers now. And if you wanted to really hammer home the point of his experience, look at the clubs he's played for down the middle there. Obviously, Central Coast Mariners is where he first started making senior appearances. But Club Brugge, Valencia, Genk, Brighton in the Premier League, and now Arsenal. That's a good CV. That's a really decent CV. He's been playing European football. He's been playing a high level of European football. So I'm excited. I think this is a really smart bit of business. Well done to Edu and Arteta and everyone involved.
Yeah, and as we said, it came completely out of the blue. As I was talking about Freddie Woodman being linked on the show this morning, but Matt Ryan, he's fallen out of favour at Brighton. I note that I was looking before doing the show, the reaction from some of the Brighton fans. They're not that happy about it. They're like, so they're saying, he's a good keeper, and if he's good enough for Arsenal, why did he just get dropped out? But they do have another very good goalkeeper, Brighton. It's just basically competition there. But Matt Ryan, listen, and he's played in a Brighton team that, they're not a team that just hoofs the ball around, are they? They're a team that tries to play football, So I think it's a fantastic bit of business. It's a loan move. So again, they've not had to spread out a load of money. He won't be on astronomical wages. We know that, right? Coming from Brighton. He's going to be playing for a club that he loves. And also, you think there's a lot of games coming up. We've got the FA Cup. Hopefully we can progress in that. But we've also got the Europa League coming back as well, and you just need cover. We all saw what happened last season to Leno. He was brilliant all season, then gets injured, ironically, against Brighton. Remember he got injured in that game. And had we not had a good backup goalkeeper, we would possibly have not have won the FA Cup. We wouldn't be in the Europa League this season. It would have been catastrophic. You've got to have a quality backup goalkeeper, and this is what this guy brings.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Where would we be if Martinez hadn't stepped up and been as good as he was? Probably wouldn't have won the FA Cup. Wouldn't have had the money definitely not for Gabriel and Partey. Maybe could have squeezed one of them out. We wouldn't be playing Europa League football. The role of a second goalkeeper for not just the team and coming in, but I keep talking about behind the scenes as well. Yes, it's great. We don't have to worry about Leno now. Obviously, Leno, in my opinion, is still a world-class goalkeeper, and it'd be tragic if we did lose him to injury. But at least it's not that same anxiety you get as maybe we would have before. And Runnelson's still learning, and he'll develop and get better. I'm absolutely sure he will. But it's also behind the scenes. It's the goalkeepers union. It's everything else. It's the healthy competition. Leno's got to be on his toes again. Maybe having Martinez behind the scenes was what kept him playing at such a good level. So I see no problems with this deal. Absolutely no problems. No. I don't think he'll come in and be a catastrophe. I think he'll come in and do really well. And hopefully we see him against Southampton.
Yeah, I mean, and the best thing about it is he's Premier League ready, and you can't understate how important that is because you can see it with Runnison. He doesn't look like a goalkeeper who's Premier League ready. So I was like fearful that if he played against Newcastle, for instance, up against an Andy Carroll and Joe Linton and Callum
Yeah.
Wilson and physical players, when a corner comes around, they're going to surround him. You know what I mean? It was going to be that type of thing. Whereas with this guy, Matt Ryan, he's played against all these guys over the years.
Mm.
He knows what to expect when he plays Burnley. He knows what to expect when he plays against any team in the Premier League. And that goes a long way when, you are, coming in as a goalkeeper, because the Premier League is very different to a lot of other leagues for goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Players are allowed to get away with a bit more than they are in other leagues. So I think it's a fantastic signing, James. I really do.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point. He knows exactly what he's coming up against. And you don't make 121 Premier League appearances if you're not a decent goalkeeper, a very decent goalkeeper. And still 28 years old. That's a bit I can't get over.
That shocked me. I thought he was older than that.
Yeah. So
Very good.
we're I think we've done very well here. And then just a word on Runnison. I think this will be good for him. I think he likes this, if is what I'm trying to say. I think he'll be happy about this. The weight's kind of off him. Are you not sure?
No.
No, yeah, I think he will.
He wants to, listen, his aim's got to be number one.
Yeah.
And he was number 2, and now he's going to be number 3. He's going to be playing in the under 23s and things like that. Nah, he ain't going to be happy about this.
I don't know. I think there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure and a real weight on his shoulders, and I think he can now develop. He's 25. He can develop at a decent pace, and I'm sure he'll get his opportunity at some point.
Well, let's hope so. I'm sure he will, and it will give him an opportunity, like you said, to grow. But James, thank you very, very much. And it just remains for me to say, welcome to Arsenal, Matt Ryan. I think this is a fantastic signing. Well done to Edu and Arteta for pulling this one off completely out of the blue. What are they doing? This is not how we operate at Arsenal. We don't get signings done early. We don't do smart signings. What's going on? Great bit of business, Arteta and Edu, and long may it continue. Let's hope we can get a few more deals done. Odegaard, get that one done before the end of this transfer window.